Well, as facility management professionals, I think that we are not aware enough how much we can really influence the productivity. Workplaces have an influence on people's well-being, we know, and the workplace has had a dramatic evolution over the time, starting with the Taylor & office to today's offices. However, we know that most companies have still facilities that are not so different from the Taylor & office. On the other hand, our clients tell us that they are interested in concepts such as collaboration, flexibility, agile, productivity, well-being. But until now, we don't have a measurement tool that would allow us to measure the impact of workplaces, in the increasement of productivity, creativity, well-being, and as a result, calculate the return on investing in this kind of excellent workplaces. We know that biophilic design is good for the employee experience, but by how much? Responding to this challenge is why I joined CBRE, first in Tokyo and now in Madrid. Now we can measure it because we have found the formula for it. I have spent the last 7 years working in the field of research, and I have developed a measurement tool to measure the impact of workplaces on the increasement of people's productivity and well-being. Some part of this research has been carried out in Japan. Japan, as maybe you know, is the country with the highest rate of suicides because working reasons. Even they have a Japanese word that means exactly death for overwork. This is karoshi. The government in Japan is investing in change this situation, and one of the levels of change is the workspace. So based in all this knowledge, in all this experience, after several years researching, we have developed a tool, and the proposed tool has 5 main parts. The first part are the drivers. The drivers are the things that we want to measure, for example, productivity, creativity, motivation, and so on. We can choose the variables in our environment, for example, the space or workplace strategies, also well-being policies. According to the drivers and the variables, we are going to choose the right measurements that we need, physiological, psychological, emotional, and cultural. Then we will execute a study, and we'll define the schedule and the number of participants of this study. And finally, the results are analyzed. In order to illustrate this tool, I would like to show you 2 examples. One is a successful and one mistake. Let's start with the success. It's the case study in CBRE Madrid. This is the big picture of the study. The main driver was productivity. If you are interested, you can get the report. It's published in our website, in the CBRE website, or also you can contact me. But let's see some details about the study. About the execution of the study, we had 4 groups combining 2 variables. The first variable was do some physical exercise and meditation during the workday. The second variable was training through change management. So combining these variables, we had 4 groups that moved through 3 different types of offices. The first office was the conventional offices. The conventional office, similar to the Taylor & office. The optimal office that incorporates new ways of working. And the excellent office that incorporates new ways of working, but is also a well-certified office. About the measurements, we measure physiological items. For example, Saribali enzymes concentration is related with the stress levels. Psychological, as spatial perception. Emotional, productivity related with cognitive capacity. Creativity by 2 different methods, and environmental. Finally, the results that we got demonstrate that we have important improvements in productivity and creativity when we combine the well-certified office with the training through change management and the well policies related with use on physical exercise and mindfulness. Well, sometimes the results of the experiments are unexpected, and I want to tell you about one mistake. This is a study that I did for a company in Japan. This company produces and designs wooden interiors, very beautiful wooden interiors. They are working mainly in residential sector, and they want to expand into offices. So we did a small experiment comparing two spaces, space A and B. The space A is with plastic imitating wood, and the space B is with a really beautiful natural wood. So the results were that not only people were less productive, but they reported physical symptoms of discomfort. So the results were really unexpected, and I would like to ask you, what do you think that was the reason for these results? Why people were less productive in the space with this natural and beautiful wood compared with the plastic? Temperature could be. Well, I can say you that the reason was cultural. The participants of this experiment were 18 years old Japanese. They were born in the Japanese of plastic, prefabricated, so the smell of wood bothered them. Surrounded by plastic, they feel at home. So the conclusion is that there is not only one solution for everybody. We all sense that some places are special. We feel better in some places, but we need to prove it. I remember that some years ago, we talked about how to influence sustainability, and currently the LEED or BREEAM or Verde certified buildings are worth more than ever. I think that now is time to influence from buildings focused on people's well-being, and with this formula, now we can demonstrate the value that we are creating. Thank you very much for your attention. Gracias.